What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I'm going to show you guys how to efficiently and correctly upgrade your followers. Now, the first thing we're going to look at here is what are the follower upgrades that are available. Now, your followers have two different item levels. It's their weapon item level and their armor item level, and the two of them obviously, added together and divided by two are the average item level of your follower. Now, you can have your follower go all the way up to a 655 item level right now, and so you can have 655 armor, 655 weapon, right? And so the only real reason you'd want to do that is to increase your chances for a Highmaul mission slightly, but for all intents and purposes, the maximum item level that you really want to focus on getting your followers to is 645, because that's what makes them, qualifies them for doing the Highmaul mission, which is the highest level mission in the game right now. And so anyway, the six different types of upgrades that you have, there's two different types. There are upgrades that increase by like a +3, +6, and +9, and there are upgrades that increase to a certain item level specifically. And so there's like one that increases to 615, one that increases to 630, and one that increases to 645. Now the logic here that I'm going to be using is that I'm going to be using the upgrades that upgrade to a static item level first. And the reason for that is that if you have even like the green item thing that upgrades to 615, that's actually better than the one that gives you a +9 because you're going from 600 to 615. And so what you want to do here is you want to try and make sure that all of your followers are at least up to about 630 before you start using your +3s or +6s or +9s on them. And the reason for that is so you can save all of those to get them all the way up from that, from the 630 all the way up to 645 or 650 to at least give yourself a better chance of completing the missions. Now, as I said before, I'm not really entirely sure if I made this clear, but after 645, the 645 to 655, the only reason you really want to make that jump is because it will give you a slightly higher increased chance of completing the Highmaul mission as well as other missions because of a higher item level. But other than that, there's no real reason to go above that. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to find a follower that has the traits that you want and traits that are not redundant with other followers. And also you probably want to upgrade level 100 epic followers. We have to upgrade level 100. And so as you can see here, I've got a pretty big list of them. And so I'm looking through here and like I can upgrade this guy. And so he's already got 600 weapon. And so if I equip this Blackrock weaponry to him, that effectively increased his item level by 15 and his weapon item level by 30. And so that is much better than using, like I would have to use over 3 of the epic +9 upgrades to get there. And all I used once was a blue upgrade. And so this seems kind of common sense to me, but I've had a lot of people ask me about this. And so that's why I'm making this video, to make it very clear on what you should be focusing on. Also, whenever, as I said before, whenever you're looking to upgrade a follower, look at both of their abilities that they have and make sure that those abilities are not made redundant by another follower. There are certain followers that I have that have the exact same abilities. There's really no reason to have that, or there's usually no reason to have that. And so the best thing to have is always have different followers with different abilities. And so because you can only have 20 followers or 25 with a Garrison, you want to make sure that you pick the followers that you're using actively, kind of carefully, especially if you're doing like the Highmaul missions and everything else like that. And so right here, I'm just kind of looking through here. And so as you can see, the Archmage Vargoth makes Professor Felblast entirely redundant because they have the exact same spells. And so upgrading Professor Felblast, I already upgraded her a couple times, which was actually kind of a mistake. And so make sure that you upgrade followers that are going to pay off for you. Also, if you're low on Garrison resources, make sure to upgrade Scavenger followers. It's just all that other common sense kind of stuff. But either way, so the idea here is that you want to use the item upgrades to, what do you call it? Sorry, I had something pop up there. The item upgrades after you use the flat item increase upgrades. And so as you can see there, I use that to upgrade her all the way up to about 645. And so it doesn't really matter if you use the epic ones or the green ones. I usually use the epic ones first because just in case they get close to 655, I don't want to have to only have an epic one and then waste some of the item levels with it. And so the best thing is just always use the epic ones whenever you have a follower that's above 630 and you want to upgrade it as well with the +9s. Below 630, I would kind of try and wait for a Blackrock armor set or a Blackrock weapon. That's the item that upgrades to 630 from 600 because all followers start at a base level of 600 for weapons and armor. And so this is kind of, it's kind of simple, but it can also be a little bit more complicated whenever you try and do like very complicated missions. So Admiral Taylor is a unique follower. He doesn't have any different abilities that are made redundant by another follower, and so, or entirely redundant. I have a lot of minion swarms and I have a lot of of those other guys. But see, I used the armor set, and now he's 630. And so, as I said before, make sure that you use the flat number increase armor sets, like the 615, 630. Use those first before you use the other ones, because like let's say you upgrade it to like 609 or like 606, and then you use a Blackrock armor set. Well, you just wasted that thing effectively, because you could have used it after the armor set and then upgraded even more. Now, the thresholds for completing different missions are 615, 630, and 645. And it's really 630 is the highest threshold outside of the Highmaul mission, as far as I know. And so as long as you have a follower up at 630, that's a pretty good way to, pretty good place to stop for the most part. Now, Kimsey is, again, another follower that I think that, yeah, I think that she's not made redundant by anything else. And so I didn't, as you guys saw there, I didn't use the upgrades on her for a weapon, and I just upgraded her armor because her armor isn't really that good, and I'll wait for an upgrade, a weapon upgrade later. Also, another thing is that once you get to doing your Highmaul missions and you don't have all of your followers completely upgraded, you want to save a lot of your upgrades. So whenever a follower does actually, a Highmaul mission pops, and you don't really know which followers you're going to need. Also, look at this. See, this is one of the other reasons why you want to have all your followers upgraded, especially scavengers. Look, I've got so many Garrison resources, I don't even know what to do with them. And so, like, if you upgrade these followers correctly and you do this correctly, you will gain a lot of rewards. And so make sure you guys keep that in mind. And so also what I was saying before, just before I forget, is keep your followers at least 630, but you don't really have to get them all the way up to 645 until you know what you're going to need for the next Highmaul mission and upgrade at that point. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.